BeeCreative Crafts, and welcome back. So y'all, we are on episode 133. So I know it says in the title there that it's a mystery. So what I'm going to be working on tonight is the quilt, the first of the crocheted quilts. I've got it going. I've got it started. So we're going to work on that tonight. I'm not going to show y'all the whole thing. We're just going to work on one little part of it because I'm wanting to get it finished so that I can do the border and film that up and get the tutorial out for y'all as quickly as possible. So let me take this little picture down here. I thought I had already done that. I'm like, I see something moving in the corner. What is it? It's me. So, but before I do that, let me welcome everybody in. Hello, Miss Angela and Angel and Miss Kimberly and Lisa. Welcome in. How is everyone doing? I hope y'all are doing fabulous. And then we will get started on this blanket. But like I said, I'm not going to show you everything. We're just going to be working on parts of it tonight. Once I get the tutorial up, I will add this live to the playlist that I'm going to create. The first thing we're going to be working on tonight is one of the small squares. So, hey, Dawn P, welcome in. She said, just stopping by to say hello. Well, hello, and thank you for stopping by. Hey, Rudy. So, let me flip my camera, and we'll just jump right into it. Settings. So that is this is my color chart. Okay, now I can turn this camera back on so I can see y'all. Let's see. Let's move y'all back a little so you're not right up in my face. Okay, there we go. Nope. Is that good? Am I centered? Hold on. Let's turn this off. Oh, undo that. Click that. Hey, Mom, welcome in. Okay, so let me get it up here. Oh, I flipped it over. Okay. So, as I was saying, I'm going to add this to the playlist when I get the tutorial out. So, what we're going to start with, if you are following along, if you are watching this when the tutorial has already come out, what we're going to be working on tonight, for right now, is the square section. So if by chance we finish up that, we may move on to a rectangle. But what we're doing right now, or the small rectangle, what we're doing now is we're going to work on the small square and chit chat for a little bit. And let's see, let's scroll this up. I'm scrolling up the chat. Hold on. Everybody's saying hi. Sorry, my hand was in the way of the chat. I've got to take that off, I think, so that I can see what... I think I'm going to have to take off the little share your referral link thing because over here I can only see one thing at a time. Okay, so I just finished this row here. I'm doing this as a join as you go. Whoop, let's see. Whoop, that is not going to do me any good. That is for the TV. Here we go. Let's zoom down one time maybe. Is that good there, maybe? Okay, and turn off autofocus. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm joining as you go, okay. Pull this camera over. I got everything all out of whack because I had to move things around while I was filming up the tutorial. Okay, there we go. So what you'll do is you will slip stitch in the next single crochet because what we're doing is we're working it this way, but the blanket is this way. So I'm actually working each row of color block side to side and joining it as we go. So you'll just slip stitch into the next open single crochet and that will join it to the next row. Then we're going to slip stitch into the next open single crochet that acts as our chain one. And now I'm just going to turn this over here and just work a row of single crochet. So actually what we're going to do is we're going to work 2 rows of single crochet. So while we do the single crochet, what's everybody been up to? Do y'all have big plans for the weekend? Let me know. I'm going to watch the grandbabies, watching the littles on Saturday for a little while. I do believe my youngins are going on a trip with the church, with the young adults. They're going on I guess it's a field trip. No, they're going on a church trip with the young adults. I do believe is what they are doing. Now, what I'm doing when I turn, because the blanket has gotten big, I've done this a couple of different ways, but as I've been working on it, not on camera, I found that what I've been doing the most is I'm taking the yarn and I'm taking it over my hook, and then I'm just turning my work back this way and then continuing on instead of turning the whole project. That's how I've been doing it. So let's see. Miss Angela is working on plastic canvas crosses and making baskets. Oh, nice. So are you weaving the baskets or are you crocheting the baskets? What kind of baskets are you making? When I was a kid, probably 9, 10 years old, I think I was 9, went to camp and we wove a basket, which was pretty fun. I had thought about getting back into basket weaving, but I have so many other irons in the fire, so to speak, so I have not jumped into that. But I do think it looks like fun. She is crocheting baskets. I have a big giant basket over here that I've been crocheting that I'm going to felt. But it's not finished yet. I worked on it. Was it last week that we worked on whips? But I haven't worked on it any this week. Okay, so I've just finished up that row, so I'm going to slip stitch to the next single crochet and turn. And then I'm just going to work the Suzette Stitch. Hey, Noe, welcome in. Which is a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch. And then you'll skip a stitch and then work a single and a double. And repeat that all the way across until you get to the end. And then you'll end with a single crochet. So I know I went through that quickly. So let's just try it out. So in this first stitch, you're going to work a single and a double. And this is called the Suzette Stitch. And for some reason in the tutorial, I said sedge stitch about 800 times. And I'm like, why? I haven't even worked on anything with a sedge stitch in a while, probably a couple months. So I don't know why I kept saying that. But anyway, it's the Suzette Stitch. Probably because they're very similar. But this one is Suzette. So you work a single and a double. And then you're going to skip a stitch. And then in the next stitch, work a single and a double. And it gives it a really nice texture. And then we're going to work 4 rows of the Suzette Stitch. And y'all, it's a 1 row repeat. So yay for that. So, yeah. So, let's see. Angela, are you making the baskets? Are you making them to sell? Are you making them to gift? Are you just making them because you wanted to make them? Do you have plans for them? Just wondering. Mr. Tinykins is being nosy over there. I don't know what he's getting ready to get into. What you doing, bud? He's sniffing the shelves. Angel says all of the above. I feel that. I do. All right, y'all. So then we're going to chain 1 and turn. Like I said, this is a 1 row repeat. So once you turn in your first stitch, which was the single crochet you ended with, you're going to work a single and a double. And then you will skip 1, whoops, and then work a single and a double all the way across, ending with a single. Let's see. No, he says Tiny's up to no good. He is, I'm sure. He was over there sniffing. So this room got left open, and my well, I'll show you. I'm using a yarn label as my coaster because I don't know what he did with it. I mean, I have stuff that I could have used that I've crocheted, like blankets and stuff, but I took most of my my things that I had been, like my little swatches and stuff, I took them out of the drawer and used them in something. But yeah, so I don't know what he did with it. It's in here somewhere. Miss Kimberly said she is working on cross stitch tonight, medical stuff tomorrow, basting a quilt on Saturday, and then Mother's Day fun on Sunday. Well, you've got a busy weekend. So tomorrow, my plan is to craft all day, possibly. Plans are subject to change. Saturday, I'll be watching the littles, and then Sunday, we haven't decided on what we're doing for Mother's Day. If anything, we may just all spend quiet days at home. I don't know. We haven't decided. We did have a cookout on Tuesday. So we do see each other. Our family, we do. We see each other weekly. We get together weekly. So, but if we do, we might go out to eat or do something. I don't know. We haven't decided. So, I've got this camera right here way too close to my face. Can y'all tell? Because I keep having to lean back because I feel like it's like right there. I did get a new mount, so that's why I'm back here. But I feel like I'm just like, I feel like it's right here. It's really not. I mean, it's a little closer than I'm used to it being. Noe said she finished her cross stitch last night, and her mom's coworker who received it loved it. Oh, yay! I've got to get my temperature cross stitch back out of timeout and get it caught up. The temps are still changed, y'all, so I don't know. And I haven't heard back from the Weather Channel. Miss Kimberly suggested that I reach out to them, so I did. And they replied back and said that they would let their engineering team know. But I haven't heard anything back from them. So I guess I'm just going to have to take a deep breath and just let it ride because I really don't want to redo them all. Because some of them changed by a lot for January, February. So I'm just going to have to just accept the fact that January and February are just not going to be the same as, you know, which I mean, in the whole scheme of things, it's really not going to matter. Because I mean, the whole point of it is to have like pretty colors in it, but I wanted it to be accurate, you know. So, but anyway. So I guess I'm just going to go with what is, what it is as of right now. And because I need to do March and April. So, but I'm going on a road trip before too long, so I'll have time. So maybe I'll work on that a little. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Kimberly said it kind of looks like it has a fisheye lens on it just a bit, but you still look pretty. You talking about my, yeah, like, I mean, I feel like it's like super close. Let me back it up a little if I can. Hold on, let me turn the camera off so I'm not like touching y'all. Let's see. Like, don't have my hand all up in your grill. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Nancy. Okay, is that better? Y'all can see all my stuff behind me. Is that better? Is that a little better? Maybe? Okay, where am I at? I'm on the second row of that, so I need to do 2 more rows. Slip stitch, turn. So y'all, if y'all have not been over to Miss Nancy's channel lately, y'all need to go check out her granny square bag that she made. It is super pretty. So y'all go check it out. Check it out. Check it out. It's very, very nice. She lined it. Very nice. So Nancy, I meant to ask you, did you attach the lining with a sewing machine? Did you sew through the yarn? Just wondering. Because if you hand stitched that, your stitches were like perfection. They were so the same. Hey, Miss Angela. She says hello to me and everyone in the chat. How are you doing? She is good, drinking water and working on her first knit. Oh, nice. I am doing pretty good. Nancy said, yes, she used the sewing machine. See, I'm always afraid to use the sewing machine on my yarn because I'm afraid it'll like pull it or snag it. So I don't guess it looks like you didn't have any trouble with it because it was really nice. Lori is, hey, Lori. She says she is working on a Ophelia Talks mosaic blanket, drinking decaf tea. Tomorrow she works, then dinner, and volunteering at a local production of Kinky Boots movie and a cookout on Mother's Day. Oh, nice. Oh, and Angela is finishing. She is knitting a needle. Wait. It jumped. Hold on. She is working on her first crochet knitting needles case. Nice. And let's see here. Noe says when she was a teenager, she would open the fridge and dance in front of the 2-liter soda bottles and pretend it was like a fish islands. Oh, too funny. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to get this. I wonder if. Maybe I just need to message StreamYard and ask them if they can move that share your referral link somewhere else so that when you're streaming from a phone, you can see the chat. Hey, Miss Trish, how are you doing today? She says, howdy. And I had somebody ask me not long ago if I say howdy, like in my day-to-day life, or if I only say it like when I pop in chats and stuff on YouTube. No, I say it in my everyday life because today at work, one of the guys I work with, he was coming down the steps and I was like, howdy. And in my mind, I was like, yep, I say it in real life too. Because at the time, I wasn't sure. I'm like, well, I think I do. I do. Let's see. No, he says, Mom walked in and was like, what are you doing? I bet. Oh, too funny. Trish says she just had a delicious lunch. Making another scarf. Still have a sore throat after being sick. Aw. Yuck. I'm sorry. But I hope you're feeling a little better. Mom says that sounds like something I would do. Stand in front of the mirror and dance and pretend I was on American Bandstand. I think we all probably did stuff like that. I know I did. I got it from my mother. Or I would, if I was making cookies or something along those lines, I would stand in the, I would make the cookies or the cake or whatever in the kitchen, and I would have I would do a whole cooking show. I would talk to my audience and everything. Yep. I guess I just was preparing myself for this. I have not cooked anything on YouTube, but you know. Let's see. Trish says she would copy the ballet girls dancing on my wallpaper growing up. I got the steps so perfect that a ballet teacher thought I had lessons. Oh, that's awesome. Whoop. Get in there. Mom says, yes, you did. Your daddy has no rhythm. But he has other skills, y'all. He is Mr. Fix-It. He can build stuff and fix stuff. Okay. So I'm coming up on the end of my 4th row of Suzette. I should have been using my little counter over there, but let's just make sure. So we got one going this way, one going that way. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Hey, Tammy, she said. Hey, Pam, good to see you. Hugs. So let me slip stitch to join it to the blanket. And what I'm doing is after I slip stitch, sorry, y'all. You should have yelled at me for being out of camera. Hold up. I pushed that one out of the way so I can move the camera, and then I didn't push it back. There we go. When I'm slip stitching to join the row coming in, I'm pulling it tight just so that slip stitch does not get mistaken for a stitch. But when I slip stitch into the next one to go to the next row, I'm just leaving it as the normal height of a chain, because that acts as my chain 1, and I didn't want to pull it down. Let's see here. My chat has jumped. Scrolly. Kimberly said she used to dance all over the living room and sing at the top of her lungs every week when the TV show Fame was on. I loved Fame. Fame! I'm gonna live forever. Trish says she wanted to learn ballet so bad, but Mom said no. She said no to everything I wanted to do. But got to brownies and girls' guides too, or wanted to do brownies and girl guides too, but nope. Aw. Bummer, but now that you're older, you can do all those things if you want to. And like you said, you taught yourself, but I know it's not the same. It's not the same as being able to do it as a kid growing up. I totally get that. And my mom said, yes, he does. He's very mechanical minded. Talking about my daddy. Lori says, I got into something poisonous working in the yard 3 weeks ago. Got an awful rash. I finally went to the clinic yesterday, and they gave her prednisone and an antihistamine. Oh, there's nothing, well, I won't say there's nothing worse, but there's few things worse than being itchy. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's just uncomfortable and just, oh. Especially when there's nothing you can do to, like, make it stop itching. And Trish says, same thing. OMG, I love Fame. And she said she would love to sing Marie Osmond songs. She said the rash is already getting better, but I can't tell if I've had a bad day or if I've just had a little roid rage going on. Your body's probably just like ready for the weekend. Maybe a little of both. Okay, so where are we at? We just did our 4 rows of Suzette. So now we're going to do another row, just 1 row this time of single crochet. Turn in my work. And do a row of single. Let's see. Trish says, now I'm older and I can hardly move, but I did become a disco chick as a teenager, and there was glass flashing floor at the pub. Oh, cool. My mom says I won a shimmy dance contest once, and the prize was a pizza. She said, of course I was 17. She said, but at 74, I'd throw my back and hip out. I've seen you. You still can dance. She danced at my niece's wedding. She got my niece out there. I don't think I posted it on YouTube, but I think I sent her a video. Pretty sure it made it to Facebook. Watching my niece try to clog, and she tried to clog in her wedding dress and her wedding shoes. They weren't made for clogging. And then we got her new husband out there, who I call him a gentle giant. He tried. He was a good sport about it. Okay, so y'all, if you are following along or if you're catching this live on the replay through the playlist for the Crocheted Jericho, when you're doing your single crochet rows, that's the best time to count to make sure you haven't gotten off with your stitch count. On these little short rows, you should have 13 stitches. Let's see here. Miss Noe said she planted some wildflower seeds back in February, and now she has some poppies. Ooh, poppies are so pretty. Lori said, a glass flashing floor makes me think about that movie Staying Alive. My mom said, yep, it's on Facebook. I thought so. All right, so we've just done our 1 row of single crochet, and now we're going to do 4 more rows of the Suzette Stitch. And if y'all see me doing this, y'all will see me do that a lot during the tutorial because it's a lot of rows of repeat, but I try, because my southern accent, 4 rows of Suzette. But I'm also going to try to put it on the screen, like when I do the tutorial. I try to give people, subtitles. So again, the Suzette stitch is a single and a double in the same stitch. Then you skip a stitch and do a single and a double, single, double, all the way across. So your single and a double are in the same stitch, and then you skip a stitch, and then you work it. And it gives you this really nice texture. And I wanted to use, or my plan is for all of the crocheted quilts that I'm going to be designing and posting and getting up there, I'm wanting to do crochet stitches that are going to give texture. Like y'all can see the texture here. That way it kind of mimics a quilt. Because, quilts aren't, they got the little tufting. They're quilted. So I thought textured crochet stitches would be a great alternative for that. So you will be seeing some more textured stitches, hopefully, coming out this year or just whenever I post a new crocheted quilt in the series. But the first one I'm hoping to have it edited and out maybe June or July. That's the goal anyway, because once I get it all filmed up, it takes me forever to edit because I'm just slow at it, and I want to make sure I get everything in there, but I want to make sure I say everything right and get all the stitch counts right, and I want to get a bunch of pictures and, all that fun stuff. Plus, this particular one I'm also going to write up, so I'm going to have it on my website for free. And then hopefully I'm going to get it all typed up nice and neat and pretty. And then if you want an ad-free version, you can buy it on Etsy and possibly Ravelry. I have not checked into that yet. I have looked into the Etsy. I do have an Etsy store, so it's already set up. I just have to do it. I just have to upload the stuff and get it all squared away and whatnot. But that's the plan anyway. And then I've had several people ask me to write up the pattern for Happily Stained. So that is also on my to-do list. And I'm hoping to have it also typed up and on the website so you can get a version with ads, just because my website is monetized. So they do have ads on it. It does have ads on it. I have no control over what ads are on it. It's based on, from what I understand, it's based on what you, the viewer, looks up as to what kind of ads you see. I do have it set up to where, you won't see alcohol or cigarette ads and adult content ads. So, but you may see Temu ads or wherever you like to shop from. You may see stuff like that. You may see weight loss, all the stuff that pop up when you're on there. But anyway, I digress. But so once I get them there, my plan is to post. Once I get them written up, post them on the website. Maybe have a couple of people go check them out for me, read over them rather than have them being tested. Just do it that way. And then if everything looks good, then I'll get the typed up version on the website. So if you want to purchase an ad-free, just PDF that you can just print out, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, then that will be an option. Hey, Miss Karen, welcome in. Let's see. Noe said she went to see Thunderbolts this Monday in 4D. The movie was great, but the 4D not so great. It was like a motion ride. Oh, is that the one where the seats and everything move? Okay. You know what? We're going to use the little poppets to keep track because I'm talking and see, it's harder to see the more you go. And I don't want to get my stitch count off because each row is one single crochet here So if I get off, then when I get to the end, it's not going to line up. And that would make me sad because it takes me about 4 hours, 4-ish hours to do one color block row. So I try not to mess this part up. I don't think this is a hard blanket. I don't think it's a difficult pattern, but I'm probably going to consider it maybe an intermediate to a low expert, maybe. Just because you are doing a join as you go, you're working it sideways and you're working combination of stitches. So I feel like it's probably an intermediate, but I'll also get some feedback on that. So if y'all, once this comes out, remind me, but I'll get y'all to kind of look it over and let me know what y'all would think. But I mean, as far as the stitches go, if you can do a single crochet, double crochet, chain, slip stitch, then you can do this blanket. For sure. Let's see, Lori said, I get lots of ads for bras for saggy boobs and makeup for wrinkled skin. And for luxury cars. One of these things does not match the others. I don't get the luxury cars, but I do get the other two, like a lot. And I gotta tell you, I'm tempted to buy some of them bras. Some of them look pretty comfy. But I do get, or I get the not necessarily makeup for wrinkled skin, but I get the mature skin ones, and they want you to get the base or the foundation that covers everything. Yeah. No, he says, yep, and there's little air jets near your head that go off during the pew-pew scenes, and if someone's getting hit, the seats thump you in the back. Oh, wow. It's kind of like, they used to have rides, they probably still do, at different, I mean, it really is like an amusement park ride because they had them, I know they had them at Disney. What did they call them? They didn't call them 4D, but yeah. Tammy says, the Honeywell bras are great. I do get ads for the Honeywell. And because we're talking about it, I'll probably get some more, especially on Facebook. Like Facebook listens. They listen to me because they do. My friend that does the soaps, which by the way, I did talk with her. She is going to make me the all natural soaps. And then I think I told y'all last week that I was going to make soap last weekend, and I did. And I really enjoyed it. It was like making cupcakes because you mix the batter, you mix, pour, add your scents, whatever kind of little additives you want to add to it. And then you just pour it in your little molds, and then you just let it solidify. It was a lot of fun. So we're kind of going to do it like a joint deal. She's going to make the raw. And when I say raw, I mean, she has goats. She milks the goats. She makes her goat milk soap from scratch. So if we're comparing it to baking, she makes hers from scratch. I make mine from a box. Like, I make my cupcakes from a box. She makes hers from scratch. But she gave me, some great tips on how to do it. So, because I don't have goats. But you can purchase the goat milk soap base already made. So I'm going to do the custom scents, and she is going to do a couple of bars. That way I can offer both to the people, because I've had a couple of people already ask me for the all. I won't even say it's like all natural, but it's more natural because it comes straight from. Because you have to add other things in it to create the soap. You have to add the lye and the different things. So, but anyway, so it's going to be like a joint venture. Those are going to be probably 4-ounce bars because I decided that I'm just going to let her make those the way she makes them rather than take her my molds because I just added work for her. And then the ones that I make will be honeycomb shaped, or I've got some round molds that are going to have a bee on them, which I'm going to make. Hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully it works out right. But I found a really nice recipe for bar shampoo. And I've been using bar shampoo for probably 2 or 3 years. So I thought, may as well attempt to make my own and see how it goes. So I got all the supplies. I bought all the supplies to make bar shampoo. So I did my first order yesterday. So I'm excited for that stuff to come in so I can get to work on it and see how it turns out. But I did make soap last weekend. Did not smell like the scent that it was supposed to smell like. So I took it to work and I took it to family dinner night and had everybody smell it and everybody had the same opinion. Okay, so if y'all go to Hobby Lobby, be sure to open up the little packets and smell the fragrance oil to make sure it really smells like it is supposed to. I didn't even check the reviews or anything before I went. I just bought it. But what I bought was peach mango. And I thought, even if it doesn't smell peachy, I expected it to smell fruity, but it smells like floral. It's not a bad smell. It's just when you buy something called peach mango, you expect fruity, and it didn't smell fruity. And then when I went back and read the reviews, which there weren't that many, but the reviews said floral. All the reviews said, hey, it's not a bad smell, but it smells like floral, not like peaches. So, but anyway, just a little heads up. If you buy soap supplies, and I mean, it's for the candles, the scents are for candles and for soap. So just, open up that little packet and give a little sniffy sniff because it's in a plastic clamshell. And the ones that I saw were not like sealed. They weren't stapled or anything. And I figured there would be like the little metal seal or the little foil seal. But it didn't have it. So all you had to do is like screw off the little top and give a little sniff. And so I will do that again if I buy the scents from Hobby Lobby. Just a little heads up. Okay, I'm getting behind in the chat. Hold up. Let's see here. Kimberly said some of those bra commercials are clearly made for men and not women. It makes you wonder what they're... what they're really selling. Karen says, the other day I called the vet for flea meds, then went on my computer and there were flea ads. I'm like, what? Right. No, he says, the guy that plays Bucky Barnes is easy on the eyes. Long dark hair, 5 o'clock shadow, beard, and light blue eyes. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Yes, ma'am. It sounds pretty. See if I missed anything. So was he in the Thunderbolts movie? Is that his character name? You'll have to tell me who the actor is. But he sounds easy on the eyes just from that description. Doot. So basically, on this here, since it is the square, we're just going to work what we did, but in reverse. So we worked 2 rows of single crochet, then 4 rows of Suzette, and then 1 row of single. So now we're working back away from the 1 row of single. So we're going to work 4 rows of Suzette, and then 2 rows of single. She said, yes, ma'am. Woohoo. Whoop, it's already 8:40, y'all. Let me go drop the Jeopardy question. Answer. So I was going to skip the Easter one, but when I read the answer, I was like, no, that totally still flows with current events because, as y'all know, or you may or may not know, they appointed, is it appointed? There's a new pope. So when you hear the answer, you'll be like, oh, okay. But so, let's see. Noe says his name is Sebastian. Oh, yes. He is pretty. Angela says, I have a big Georgia Bulldog order, which contains 2 baskets across a plastic canvas, a Georgia Bulldog tray, and another small plastic canvas basket. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. Okay, so let me go over here. Where is my banners? There we go. Okay, so the category is Easter, which last weekend when I saw that it was Easter, I was like, I should have done this a couple weeks ago when it was Easter weekend, but I didn't flip the pages ahead. But anyway, but it works. So the answer is this animal, pop it up here. This animal is the traditional main course of the Pope's Easter dinner. I didn't even attempt to guess, but when I saw the answer, I was like, that makes sense, and I probably should have took a guess. But I didn't. Because I wasn't rushing, but I just didn't even give it a try. I mean, I thought about it, and then I was like, and then I didn't even guess. Let's see here. Angela said, these items are in memory of my sister-in-law's deceased brother. Aw. I mean, it's sad for the reason that you're making it, but that's also a nice memorial basket. Lots of nice items going in there. So what y'all can't see is I'm hitting my little poppets thing. I did a short last week. So I just finished my third row. Focus in there. Can't see it. My third row of my Suzette. It's just helpful. Then I'm going to go into my next single crochet, slip stitch, and then slip stitch in the next one to act as my chain one, and turn. And my mom's answer is rabbit. You never know. It might be. What is rabbit? What is that? Hassenpfeffer? That doesn't sound right. It's something like that, though. Lori says, Thunderbolts is the movie we're seeing on Sunday. I have 2 boys, and when they were little, there was a Marvel movie every spring for about 5 years straight, and I always suggested them for our outings. Oh, that'll be fun. I think we have a drive-in here, and I think that might be the movie on the drive-in. Let's see. Kimberly says lamb. Tammy says squirrel. Just have to wait and see. Lori says they didn't realize I was just more interested in the eye candy than the comic story. Yes, ma'am. You know. It's fun for all ages. I mean, you know. Gots to have the eye candy, y'all. Okay. I know I put my little thing down, but I'm just going to double check myself because there's my single crochet row. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So now I need to do 2 rows of single crochet to finish out this square. What is my time? Looking. There we go. Not too shabby. We're about 45 minutes in. If anyone would like to drop your channel link, the word that Mr. Nightbot will be using is BU, BEEYOU, because there's only one of you, so be you. Let's see. No, he says that's one of the perks of being a lady comic book geek. LOL. Lori said it's kind of nostalgic this year because of the Marvel movie, and before the kids could cook meals, my husband always would grill. That'll be a nice day. Hey, Miss Diane, welcome in. And let's see if there he is. Mr. Nightbot is working tonight. Good job. I got him fixed the other day, so I was hoping he was gonna work. And there's Miss Angel. So we got Miss Angela and Miss Angel's channels. If y'all would please check each other out and share some yarny love with one another. And if you missed the beginning, what I'm working on here is one of the sections for the crocheted Jericho quilt that will be coming out soon. This is based off of a quilt pattern by the one and only Miss Kimberly, the pajama quilter. Her Jericho quilt pattern. I am doing this with her approval. I did ask permission first. So this tutorial will be hopefully coming out soon. Hope in June or July I'll be able to have it all finished up and ready to go. So what I'm doing is tonight I'm working on one of the little square sections because I'm wanting to get this done. And I thought, you know, if I'm going to be sitting here crocheting, I need to work on something that I need to be working on. And there's Miss Tammy's channel link. Okay. Did I get both of my rows? I did. Okay, so there is our square. So yay. Diane says, sorry, I'm late. Baseball. That is quite all right. And Kimberly said, more than approval. You have me delighted. Aw, yay. I'm so excited. I'm glad. So that's what it's looking like. I'll give y'all the little sneak peek. So we got the textured stitches. And so it's actually, even though we've been working it this way and joining it to the blanket as you go, when you lay the blanket out, it actually lays like this. So we're working it this way. Okay, let me reread tonight's Jeopardy answer before we drop the question. So the category was Easter. And it says, this animal is the traditional main course of the Pope's Easter dinner. And the question is, what is lamb? So Miss Kimberly was correct. Lori said, it's kind of nice. The kids are adults, so the last couple of years they have made the meals. Oh, that's nice. She said her oldest is a good cook and my youngest is a baker, and I usually get a wonderful meal with a decadent dessert. Oh, nice. My mom said the colors are really pretty. Well, the colors, I'll give y'all a little sneak of this one too. We got the purples and the peaches because this is going to be going, I'll pull it up just a smidge more. This color here is called Periwinkle, and that is Miss Kimberly's favorite color. So, of course, I had to have that in there since she inspired the, since I'm basing it off of her pattern, this, when it's done, will be going to her. Angel said, I'm loving how this is turning out. Me too. I had a vision in my head of what I wanted it to look like. And so I couldn't wait to get started on it. But I had to finish up something else I was doing at that time. Oh, I know what it was. I had to finish up. I had to get through the craft shows before I would allow myself to get started on it. Because once I got started on it, I wanted to be able to finish it. I think I showed y'all this last time. So I did work up a color chart. All this will be on the website. Lori said, is that Bitty Stripes? It is not. This is, I love this yarn. And this one is in the color. It does kind of flavor the Bitty Stripes. This one is called Green Turquoise Red. And then this one that I was showing you, all of the yarn in this particular blanket all came from Hobby Lobby. That one is called, and I am using a combination of stripes and variegated. This is my color number 2. That'll make more sense once the tutorial comes out. But I'm kind of letting y'all know what color what I'm using when and where, in case you want to do the same color layout that I am. But this one is called Shocking Violet. So I've got 2 variegateds. One kind of, I wouldn't call this a variegated. I mean, technically, I guess it is, but to me, it's more tonal, I guess. But this one's called Mint Tea. Mint Tea, not minty. And then I have the solids, which this is called, I think this is called Cherry Blossom, which doesn't really look cherry blossomy to me, unless maybe maybe it's talking about the actual little blossoms on a cherry tree like before. Let's look, see. Gotta dig around and find it. Okay. Well, before I show you that one, I'll show you this one. This one is called Linen. It's on there somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay. I told you the one is periwinkle. Oh, here's the other one. Yeah, cherry blossom. I guess I need to Google a cherry blossom because to me that just looks like peach or apricot. I would even go with the apricot, but they call it cherry blossom, which is fine. Ugh. And then here's the periwinkle one. Come on, oh yeah, I took off autofocus. That's why it's not going to focus in. Haha. Okay. So if you were doing this along with me and you were watching this from the playlist of the Crochet Jericho, you are going to do a small rectangle next. So you'll do a little rectangle like this. So yeah. Which I guess I could tell you what it is. So it's 2 rows of single, 3 rows of Suzette, 2 rows of single. Alrighty, let me turn my camera back around. But like I said, I'm not going to show off the whole blanket because gotta have something as a surprise when you come watch the tutorial. My members got a little, I showed them kind of a little up close picture. So if y'all want to become members of the channel, we'd love to have you. I post videos and little posts, and I try to post something at least once a month. I've been trying to do better and post a little more stuff, but I try to do a community post. I'll get the Hive member input on different color palettes and that kind of thing. So just something fun. And you get the little custom emojis. There you look at, like Miss Angel has dropped there. You get to play with those. So yeah. All right, y'all. What time is it? 8:53. We still got a couple minutes to chit chat. So anybody got anything fun and exciting y'all want to talk about? I should have went ahead and started the rectangle rows. They already had all the stuff out. The small rectangle, but oh, let me show y'all this. Okay, so this yarn, look at that. Okay, so this was cotton in a cone that my cousin gave me, but look at that. Like, just from looking at that, I bet this yarn would 100% color pull and make a really cool pattern. So it was in a cone, and in the cones they put the label like way up inside the cone, so I had to like angle it just right and take a picture of it with my phone because I couldn't get the label out because it's been in there for a while. And this was, oh, my phone's up here. This was the company before Peaches and Cream got bought out. What was it called? Hold on, let me take this down. Well, maybe I can take it down. Maybe I cannot. Maybe I won't take it down. Let's see. No, it's a Mother's Day trip to the coast. We're leaving Saturday so we can cuddle goats and eat. Oh, cuddle on baby goats. Kimberly says, I bet it would. It started with a P. I Googled it before I came in here. But anyway, but I bet I can still get, if not this color, something similar, which I have another cone in there in another color that will probably pull. And I almost made that be tonight's topic because I really wanted to check it out. But I mean, that one almost looks like a I mean, it almost looks like not that one, this one. I was right the first time. But looking at it, I bet it will. I bet it will. I bet it will pull. I bet it will pull easily. I want to try to get this off again. Hold on. Let me stop this camera over here for a second. Let's see. Here, there we go. Okie dokie. Let's see here. I can turn my camera back on. Okay, so I Googled it. It was called Pisgah, Pisgah, Pisgah yarn. But it just this one was on, just on one of the cones. Like, like the peaches and cream and stuff that you can get. But I want to give it a go and see if it will. But before I do that, okay, like here's one here. But before I test it out, I want to make sure that you can still get these particular variegated yarns, because it will be sad if I show you how really cool it will variegate just to find out we can't buy it anymore. So I need to look and see what color cottons I can get in the cones, which I'm pretty sure Yarnspirations bought it. Pretty sure Yarnspirations is who owns them now. So, oh, look. But even if they don't, look at this one from Premier. So Premier's got one. Come on. Get you down below there. So Premier has one. That one's loads of colors. That's a lot of colors. Hey, Theta, welcome in. So that one would probably pull too. Angel said camouflage. I bet that would look pretty. Angel said, yep, pulling is one of my favorites you do. Awesome. I like the pulling. It's like magic to me. It's like a magic trick. You get all these really cool designs, and you don't have to worry about weaving in tails or doing, it's just all about your stitch count. Hey, Gwen, welcome in. How are you? Guess I can take off the banner here. And I can drop this one down. We don't need my little, y'all see on my, there's my, that's where I was making wax melts. It's still there. There's my, well, the light's hitting it. Blowing it out. That is the paint by number kit I did, which I think it turned out really cool. See if I can get it without the light blowing it out. But I think it turned out pretty cool. And yes, let's see if I can set you right here where I don't knock everything over. But yeah. I still have to clean all that up. I still have wax back there where I made a mess. So yeah. But that came off of Amazon, y'all. It was very inexpensive, I thought. Well, to me, it was fairly inexpensive because for everything that it came with. So it came with the canvas, the stamped canvas and it came with all the paints, 3 paint brushes, the stuff. So if I want to like mount it and hang it up. And for an extra fee, you could get it like on the stretch board with the frame, but I didn't do that. I figure I can stretch it myself or stick it in a frame, but for cheaper than what they were charging. But Angel said, I thought it was a printout of the original flower. Nope, I painted it. It's yep. I tried to glop it on there in some places because I wanted it to have some like texture, but it didn't really dry. Well, it kind of did. If I tip it this way, you can kind of see y'all can't, but I can see the textures of it. But I don't know. I thought it was fun, and the way it turned. There we go. You can kind of see it better there. But I thought it turned out really well. I did go back over some of this orange here, the orangey orange. For some reason, the numbers were, I could see the numbers through that. But what's really weird is like this lighter yellow color, I can't see the numbers. So, but I did go back and go over that a second time just to kind of cover up those numbers a little bit more. But for the most part, I mean, it's just a really fun paint by number. Oh, and that's a picture of a rose that used to be in my yard. I took that picture with my phone, the original picture. So it's not, you don't have to have any fancy equipment. You can just use your phone. My mom said the rose turned out beautiful. Thank you. But yeah, so you don't have to have any fancy equipment. Just take a picture with your phone and upload it. But if you go back to the video, was it Let's Get Crafting last month? I think is when I started that. And it has all the links for where I bought it from. But I did get it from Amazon. So, all right, y'all. Well, we've been chit-chatting for about an hour, so I guess I'm going to head out and work some more on this blanket. But I thank y'all so very much for coming and hanging out with me tonight. This weekend should be another episode of Let's Get Crafting. I will be watching the Littles. So tomorrow, I told y'all I'd be crafting all day. So I'm going to be working on this blanket, but I'm also going to film up something. So it will be posted as a premiere rather than a live. But we'll do it as a premiere. And so we'll still be doing live chat. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I haven't decided. I don't know. Y'all got any ideas? Pop them in here right quick before we head out. I've got several kits that I still need to review and look at. What I had initially thought about doing is not going to work because I was going to do it for another project for a craft company, but they want it to be a short. I mean, I guess technically it would work. I just, live chat on a short wouldn't be very long. So I want to do something a little longer so we have a little time to chit chat. So yeah, I've got some diamond painting kits that I picked up one came from Hobby Lobby. I have one that I picked up from Walmart. So I've got those that I could review. I've got one that I picked up at Michael's. So I don't know. I haven't decided. I still need to do, and I told Kimberly I was going to do, I bought all the stuff to do it. I just haven't done it, which is make a small quilt using only items purchased from Dollar Tree. And I've got it all. It's all right there. But I have a feeling that one will take me longer than a day to get that one put together. But anyway, so I already know what Kimberly's vote is for. And that I'm going to get that uploaded. I'm going to get it done. It's right there in the bag. It's ready to go. I just have to find the time to work it into my schedule. So Angel said, have a good night. It's been fun. Angela said she enjoyed being here. Everyone stay safe. And Angel said, I'm game for whatever you decide. Oh, y'all know what I could do? I got all these gallery glasses over here. Maybe I'll make something fun and springy. Because I bought a bunch of colors when it was on clearance. And when I was in Hobby Lobby the other day, they didn't replace all the colors, which I was kind of afraid of. So they took the gallery glass section that was really big and they shrunk it down. So it had like 4 or 5 rows of colors, seems like. And now they only have like 2. But I've got all these really fun springy colors. This one's peach. But I got peach and teal and pink. So maybe I will find a really pretty design and do something with the gallery glass, maybe. Because it does like a stained glass look. So maybe I will do something with that. We'll see. It'll be a surprise for all of us, but that'll be on Saturday. All right. I guess I'm going to head out. So y'all have a fabulous, fabulous weekend. Let me click over here and get ready. And I will see y'all in the chats around the YT streets, and I'll be back here next Thursday. So until then, yeah, let's see. Be creative. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye.